Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Tommy here from Sales Lucky, and you guys are in for a special treat today. I want to share with you guys some thoughts I've been having. Obviously, with the COVID situation happening, everyone being at home, there's been a lot of anxiety happening, or anxiety that people have been experiencing. And I just want to share an idea with you guys, and it's the idea that it's anxiety before a breakthrough, or frustration before a breakthrough. And I'll share two experiences in my life that might help illustrate that example. Okay. In 2014, when I started my first B2B corporate professional sales job selling to professional negotiators at Fortune 1000 companies, I was the youngest rep hired at the time, and this was a huge, steep learning curve for me. I've shared that in my story. Growing up as an introvert, communication skills, influence skills was a huge pain point for me. And I knew that in order to be effective in life and be successful in life, I had to master the skill set of sales, or at least get proficient in it. Okay. And I mentioned, I was the youngest rep hired. Everyone else pretty much had more sales experience than I did, but I was hungry and I was willing to do the work. And I remember being about, 7, 8 months in, and I had only, at that time, I had only brought in like a 3 grand deal throughout that time. And I was in the later stages of the first big deal that I was about to bring in, right? And it was with the paper company Cascades based out in Montreal, Canada. And this was a $4 billion paper company. And um, I just remember, the weeks leading up to that deal happening, I was experiencing like massive anxiety. And I had all these thoughts, running through my head, like, do you deserve to be to bring in a deal like that? And by the way, this deal was 25 grand, right? But at the time, I was like 24 years old. I had $300 to my name, and $25,000 was a significant amount of money to me at that time. And I just remember feeling a lot of anxiety and being nervous and having and thinking these thoughts like, do you deserve to be a professional salesman? Do you deserve to be a B2B, a professional, high level salesperson, right? And I just remember feeling those feelings. But you know what? After the anxiety, after I remember the peak of it, a breakthrough happened. What happened? The deal came in. I brought in that my first big deal in B2B sales. And that began shifting my identity and who I saw myself to be and what I thought I was capable of. And that was just the beginning. And another example of anxiety before the breakthrough is you fast forward a couple years later, fast forward maybe about 3.5 years later, I went from being the youngest rep hired at the time, the person with the least formal sales experience, to becoming a top performer within that company, and had did so well that I, ended up convincing my employer to let me work remotely from Medellin, Colombia. And I had shared about how I did this, so you guys can check out the blog post, and there's a link to that particular post in the comments below or in the description below, so you can check it out there. And I just remember, the months leading up to that, I made the decision. I gathered up, I tapped into my courage. I used my courage and made the courageous ask to see if my employer would let me work remotely from Medellin, Colombia. And I went to vacate. I went on vacation with my friends. I love the culture. I love the people. I love light lifestyle. And I had been taking salsa classes, bachata classes, and just had been genuinely interested in the culture and its people for years. And I was at a point in my life where I was like, hey, I really want to do this. I want this experience of living abroad, making U.S. dollars and spending pesos. And being in my 20s, I wanted to experience that lifestyle. And I made that ask to my employer. And they told me they would think about it. They would consider it. I had been one of the top performers. I'd given, in my eyes, a good amount to the company. Um, and I just remember the weeks leading up to that decision, the weeks for them to make that decision was of massive anxiety. I remember one day my colleague, one of my good friends, Jeff, he was like, "Hey, dude, like, I know you're going through it right now. Like, don't quit right now. Just wait out a little bit longer. Let's see what they say, and you'll probably get to go or something like that, right? The point is, I was getting all these like crazy thoughts again, right? And um, what happened? What happened after the anxiety? Well, it was another breakthrough. They told me that I could go, and I did indeed go on that trip, and I ended up living a year abroad in Colombia. And it ended up being the best experience that I had in my life. And I just wanted to make this video because I wanted to share with you guys that oftentimes it's right before the breakthrough, right before the gold happens, right before all the good stuff happens is when you have like massive anxiety, frustration, moments where you want to give up. Don't give up. Keep pushing. Keep going. And if you will just keep going, you will get your breakthrough. So, um, so this is a message that I want to share with you today because I think it's an important one. And I think it's something that we should all kind of understand and be aware of, and in some aspects internalize, because it really is important to be able to push through and persist no matter what might be going on, because we've all heard the saying, it's darkest before dawn, right? And we all know that spring follows winter. Winter is always comes before spring. This is a law of nature. So just wanted to share that fact with you guys. Hopefully it'll make an impact in your life. Hopefully it'll raise the quality of your life. And look forward to connecting with you guys. Look forward to sharing more with you guys. Please like and comment below. I'm putting out this content for free. I've written over 100,000 words at this point on my blog and made, you know, considerable number of videos. And would appreciate if you guys support, share, and spread the message. We're looking to help millions and millions of people improve their sales, influence, and communication skills. Okay. So thank you guys for checking this video out. I'll see you guys soon, and you take care. All right. See you guys soon.